Hello mga kababayan, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Laruan ni Obi-Wan. So we made a review of the Cybertronian mode of Wheeljack as presented in the Bumblebee movie. So Takara Tomy has produced this action figure for us, even though Wheeljack was just there in the movie for 0 point something seconds. Right now, let us move towards the Wheeljack that is more of the generation 1 that we have known of in the 80s. So let's move to the Earth mode Wheeljack. Okay, so let's present the packaging material of these two Wheeljack action figures. So as you could see, the other one is on a stand because when I would later place the figure side by side for comparison purpose, the figure is as small as the packaging material. So when you take out that stand of some sort, then you are presented with a packaging material that is really nicely small or cute. So we have the front of both packaging materials. And so far, this is more of a winner for me because you have the image of Wheeljack in alternate forms, while of course we are presented with the Wheeljack that is present in the Bumblebee movie, but it really stresses on that point because we were just presented with Wheeljack for just a couple of minute seconds in the first scene of the Bumblebee movie. So 2 or 3 years ago, before we really had this thing globally, then we could just anything that toy manufacturers would throw at us, we could just gobble them up and compare them. So especially if you're really a fan of a certain character in a Transformers or whatever comic series or TV series or animated series that you are following, you'll have several versions at a whim. But nowadays, because of the recession or the global crisis, economic global crisis, you just have to tighten your belt a little bit, but at the same time get the best option out there or representation of the characters that we really like. So if you're going just to have 2 on board, disregarding the masterpiece level, then I guess for Wheeljack, this is the best 2 that I could think of. So from the Bumblebee movie, we have the Cybertronian Wheeljack, and from the Earthrise Netflix TV series of Transformers, we have the Earth mode Wheeljack. So as for length or size comparison, you could see that the Cybertronian mode is a bit smaller than the Earth mode. So but as for color and shade, well, it still sports the same color of Wheeljack as we have the general white, the green, and the red. Of course, they would share different colors on the wheels, but that is really not important because when you take a look on top of the vehicle or on the front, you really know because of that color combination or that shadow on the canopy or the cockpit of the vehicle that you know that it's really Wheeljack. So let's take a closer look at both vehicles. So from the side, so we have all of the sponsors of Wheeljack. From the front, so look at that Wheeljack profile. The bottom, and we have the head of Wheeljack just hidden underneath the chassis of the vehicle. And actually we still have a lot of space in between those legs for, I think, weapon storage of this cannon, because this is just a very small piece, and I think that's going to really fit in that cavity. So we really have a very sleek looking vehicle mode in our display case. So if you wish to display Wheeljack in this form and have the other one transformed in a robot mode to represent Wheeljack. So that's the side profile. And as for the back profile of the vehicle, we really have a closed portion as compared to the other one. So the rear portion would really have robot kibble, so, and it is also hollow. But as for compactness, this is really a compact looking vehicle. So no markings on the side. Of course, this is a Cybertronian vehicle, so sponsorship is non-existent. Only your insignia or faction symbol is important, which take out the gun, and if you want to know whether Autobot or Decepticon, just flip out that hidden gem of the faction symbol. So as for vehicle modes, presented without their weapon systems, taking out the weapon systems, so there you go. So the side, now they really look like sports vehicles because of the sleekness of the design. And as for height, of course, this one is going to be quite a higher vehicle because of the roof line, or maybe possibly of how it was constructed, compared to this other one, which is really nice and sleek. So let's compare these two Wheeljacks in robot form or alternate form. Okay, so we have them both in their humanoid or alternate forms. So we have Cybertron Wheeljack, we have Earth Wheeljack, worlds apart but the same character, and somehow differently designed, of course, because this is based from the movie, this is based from the TV series and the 80s cartoon. So somehow I associate myself better with this action figure compared to this one. So, but in terms of representation, if I'm just going to have two Wheeljacks in my collection and that's it, period, I think this is going to be it. Actually, yes, it's just going to be it, just for the Wheeljack character. So I won't be getting any more Wheeljacks in my collection, but I have several Wheeljack action figures in the Philippines, in my Philippine collection. So oh yeah, so different Wheeljacks from different TV series, but somehow just for the United States collection, I'm just going to keep these two. So I save up on dough and save up on space, and at the same time I really enjoy looking and playing with these action figures, instead of just having so many figures at hand and not knowing which one to like best or play with. So let's represent these two with their leaders. So let's start with the Earth Wheeljack, and let's pair him with Optimus Prime. So how would he look with his leader? So Earth leader Optimus Prime. So somehow the scale, I love the scale. So this is a non-transforming Optimus Prime, but it's okay. So I could pair this Wheeljack with that, or even a bigger figure, a little, just a tad bigger. Okay, so let's put that aside. Bring in Wheeljack from the Bumblebee movie, and of course bring in the Optimus Voyager class from that movie. So as for size difference, yep, so Wheeljack could really look up to Optimus Prime. That's the size or height difference between these two. So really like this figure too. It has been in my collection since the Bumblebee movie and before this YouTube channel. Anyway, so bringing back the other Wheeljack on focus. So let's go through the photos and video shots, and reminding you, if you like this video, to like, comment, and subscribe, and see you on the next Transformers review.